Welcome back, and now we'll take your questions. If you have a question yourself, send it to us at QuranSpeaks.com. So actually, the question today is about a book that we've previously reviewed called The Muslimah Who Fell to Earth. A viewer says he or she felt like one of the readings that you described in the book as anti-religious may not necessarily be the case. So what's your response to that?
Yeah, well, I'm glad for that reader comment, that viewer comment. Here's the book, The Muslimah Who Fell to Earth, a collection of a number of essays, and of course I spoke about some of the essays, one after another. And then I mentioned this one, which I felt to be like different from the others. And what had caught my attention here very quickly was a few things which turned me off from reading the rest of it. And my impression...
Sorry, what was the title of the chapter?
This was the one, Letters to Rumi.
Okay.
So I have to admit that in hindsight now, and with the further information which is provided by that viewer, I regret what I've said regarding this chapter. I had basically said that it seems that the author is railing against Rumi, which is not correct. She was actually writing to Rumi, as I come to learn from the viewer who knows the author much better than we do. And so she was writing to Rumi as a source of comfort for herself. And then when I thought that she was railing against Rumi in the last bit where I stopped reading, she was actually, as it turns out, and I'm given more information about this, she was reporting what other people had said to her in response to her poetry. It's not like she's railing against Rumi. And then I said that it seems anti-religious, and obviously that's a mischaracterization because the viewer who knows this author knows that that is not a proper characterization. And looking at our Facebook page as well, I can see there's nothing that justifies that kind of labeling and characterization of her letter. So I regret having done it that way. I wish I had read the whole thing. I had stopped reading because, as I mentioned, there was the use of some shocking language. And you had actually suggested that perhaps the shocking language was used in order to shock you into thinking in a different way or something like this.
Yeah.
But I regret that I didn't even follow your intelligent suggestion at that time. I went off on my own tangent. But that was a mistake, and I regret that. Whatever hurt or whatever harm may have been caused by my misdirected comments, I regret that entirely. I ask Allah to forgive me, our viewers also to forgive me, and the author of this. And I thank Dr. Taysir Abu Nasser of Ottawa for bringing this to light.
If you want more of Let the Quran Speak, you can watch previous episodes or new ones by subscribing to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/QuranSpeaks. Stay updated by liking us on Facebook and following us on Twitter at Quran_speaks. And when you're on the go, listen to our podcast at QuranSpeaks.com.